Hey everybody, welcome back to Northern Lion Plays Isaac Mods. We're doing another modded NLSS run today as a character that is hopefully not me. It's gonna be Josh. Well, how appropriate. A zany run for a zany man. Josh is Eve, apparently. He starts with the 69, this is our seed by the way, TTRF W2MP. And some kind of weird, let me guess. It's gotta be a dated NLSS reference. It's gotta be Garbage Bird. Hit me once. Hit me once. I wanna know. I wanna know. Well, we'll leave that thing alive and then we'll get hit by it. Well, we'll never know if it's Garbage Bird, actually, because it won't activate, it won't give us the name when it activates. I don't know what 69 is, but when I look at it, I'm like, that's the cancer item. But it's not. Maybe it's Horror Babylon? I don't know. We'll find out one way or the other eventually. Bomb, please. No bomb. Yeah, this mod, again, it's tough to cover in, like, a mod spotlight. Because there's just so much content. If anything else, like, you know, when you play as May or you play as the Siren, as we have done in earlier episodes, you kind of leave and you go, hey, give it a try. Play 1 or 2 runs for yourself, see if you like it. Play more if you like it, but, you know, it's worth giving it a try at the very least. With this mod, you're like, dude, there are inside jokes for days in this one. This one just, like, there's no conceivable way that we could cover the breadth of the content, or the breadth of the wild that's in this mod. But we're gonna do our darndest. We will be moving on after this video, though. Maybe to return at a later day. I mean, here's the dirty little secret of these mod spotlight videos. There's a lot of mods out there on the Steam Workshop, and there's more every single day. But, like, really, mods that are appropriate for playing in, like, a video, that are ready for, I don't want to say the spotlight, because that's, like, a little bit self-inflating, but you kind of get the idea. Like, mods that are appropriate for the content that we produce here, like doing one full run, are few and far between. You know, if there's a mod that adds like 1 item, that's really cool. But it's not the sort of thing where you're like, you know, we'll do a whole run just to spotlight 1 item. It has to be a little bit more, what is this? Kanye's gold chain, electrifying swag status. It's a Dan Giesling item. I can only assume that this is probably Jacob's Ladder, in which case, that's amazing. It does say electrifying gold swagger. So there's a chance we might return to some mods that we've already done later on, if that makes any sense at all. So I think we'll just try to... We should definitely grab the HP so we don't lose here, but then we'll move on. Maybe to return at some point in the future. Come on, please be Jacob's Ladder, because... I'm telling you here. I didn't see any stat changes. I find myself not shooting lightning bolts out of my face despite the fact that it said electrifying. Oh wait, there was something there. It's like really low percentage chance to work, but when it works, it's awesome. Dude, the animation on Garbage Bird is actually hilarious. He flaps so much, his poor little arms are gonna be tired. Okay, so I mean, again, I don't know if this is actually just how Jacob's Ladder works, because I've only had it like 6 times in the entire Afterbirth Plus lifespan. Or maybe it's when an enemy dies, they zap all other enemies. And it's a little different. That's fine. You know what? I guess we don't have like a Horror Babylon analog. Or maybe we would have gotten it when we left the room. I'm not sure. Either way, down to the next floor. Super Bandage is fine. The Kanye West gold chain could actually be amazing for us. We will probably blow that up. Could actually be amazing for us. We just need to actually, like, get some damage so we can kill things relatively quickly. It plays into, like, my idea of the, like, ideal synergy. See, that's gorgeous. Which is, you know, you kill one enemy and then every other enemy is quick to follow. So if you get something like, you know, Toxic Shock along with this or something like that, or the Outbreak or something along those lines, you find yourself, I'm imagining, just kicking the Christ out of enemies pretty easily here. This is a cool item. The Kanye's chain item is like the scope of most mods on the workshop. Again, don't take that as throwing shade. Like, oh, why can't you release a game-changing total conversion mod like every single day so I can do a half hour of work? You know, that's a little bit of a ridiculous statement. I'm just saying, like, if we're gonna do mod spotlights that are not like edited 5 to 10 minute, like, hey, check out this, then some of those mods are not necessarily the right fit for that kind of content. But maybe we can stack up several of them. Apparently, what is this? Box of nuggets. That's actually, I see it now. I have no idea what that's done for us. seems to have lowered our speed per chance. Little Locor, I think, is Little Loki. And then the mark of the minus god. It's the mark of the minus god. You know, that's a Court of the Crimson King. You knew that. You didn't need me to tell you that, probably. Anyway, yeah. I mean, apparently there's like console commands you can enter if you're on a modded run to just give yourself whatever item you want, which in this case would obviously be like giving ourselves the item that the mod is relevant for. So maybe there's some situations in which we can make that work. Hey Josh, nice yellow pajamas, you loser. I need to figure out what this other item is. Like right now, that 69 item, I've got no idea what it is. I like we got the damage. I like we got Kanye's gold chain, though. And we got +1 damage on this floor. It is Whore of Babylon, then. I think. We got +1 damage for going down to a floor. It's either Whore of Babylon. There's 3 possibilities. It's Whore of Babylon. I'm an idiot. Or it's something completely new. I'm an idiot is a separate choice. I could just be an idiot and, like, not actually be gaining damage floor over floor and not understand why our stat appeared to change. I'm not sure. This run is really good right now, though. Especially if he's just gonna keep killing his own enemies. Did he just gain... He got back to, like, full HP there for a second and then glitched out and lost almost all of his HP. And now he is dead, but can never die. The health bar. It's just the health bar. The health bar is broken. Everything else is fine. We made it. We made it. Champions of Fire, Esports Star. It's Pageant Boy. Ooh, we could die by picking something up here. So you start with the 2-heart item. Because, yeah, exactly. I was hoping that it was the Pact. If it hadn't been the Pact, we might have found ourselves in a tough spot there. That was a... You gotta be a little ballsy to pick that one up. There's no doubt about that. Help. Nice. Okay, so now, again, we're in a great spot from the perspective of, like, dealing damage to enemies. Although not that great of a spot. Like, 5.69 damage. Still a little bit on the not that amazing side. But cool synergies, of course, with our, like, Kanye West. I really wish I could just say, Jacob's Ladder, but it's kind of against the spirit of the mod. It's Kanye's gold chain. By the way, I don't envy the work of the modder who had to come up with the name for every single item with like an NLSS reference attached to it. Like that must have been laborious. You'd be like, oh, okay, it's Mom's Heel. What is this? I don't know, Super Feet Boy. There's a Nick like 2 years ago did a subscriber special where he played Super Meat Boy with his feet. There you go. Okay, we've got the compass. I don't know, guide to... It's Rob's cookbook, you know, you can, it's gonna take a long time, I imagine, to get all these references to make sense, so, you know, more power to you, dude, more power to you. I basically hate that you did not pay out with 19 cents. Let's throw a little bomb into the equation. Oh, come on, though, dude, you got it, you're being ridiculous right now. Are you kidding me? This judgment is immortal. I knew we had that 3rd cent. Oh, with Counterfeit Penny, we're getting a lot of, like, bonus money, so I have faith. Are you actually kidding me, though? Like, it's getting a little on the ridiculous side. We're out. That's it. I'm amazed. If I'm being honest, I'm a little offended. We could have used those... Oh, we should have used one of those bombs to get a golden bomb. That's a bit of a sloppy play. I will admit that when it comes to, like, on the mod spotlights... I haven't been playing as well as I would like. It's because, you know, in sports, I sort of don't believe as much in home field advantage as I think a lot of people do. I don't think playing in your own arena with your own fans is that big of a deal. I do think, you know, being able to sleep at home before the game and, like, you know, knowing the drive to the arena, having a routine, stuff like that, like, that's important. But, like, having... The fans, ooh, loyal subscriber, that's probably Listen, or Sworn Protector maybe. We need a bomb, dude. How ironic. But I feel like I sort of understand home field advantage more when I do these mods. You know, something's just a little different, and it throws the routine out of whack a little bit. Now, it's a debatable play. I'll be the first to tell you. Balls of Steel means that it was a great choice, but it was a debatable play. We got the rare kind of mod spotlight video here, though, and what's rare about it is we can simultaneously have a run that's a mod spotlight and also, like, Isaac-style entertainment in its own right, because, I mean, look at this. We got this sweet Kanye West run here that's starting to pop off. One makes you bomb. No bombs? That judgment got the best of me, man. And I'm not even going to quote the Foo Fighters song out of respect, both for the mod and for this run. Flooded Caves, Curse of the Lost. I mean, I do want to check that, but we lost damage on this floor. Like, we went from 5.69 on the last floor to 4.69 on this floor. There's something that I'm not understanding. Wait a minute, when did we pick up the relic? Am I losing my mind? Obviously, if I get a bomb, I gotta peep that bear taffy trinket over there. See what's going on with my boy at the bear pile. You know, I subscribed to Bear on Twitch. 2 years ago, I was watching him play Spelunky. And I said, you know what? I should subscribe to this guy. He's my friend. And I've just been too lazy to get this subscription off since then. But I think he subscribes to me. Not that I chart it diligently and choose who to subscribe to based on who subscribes to me or something like that, you know. That'd be a little petty. Robert. I don't think Rob does that. I'm just... Anyway. I just wanted to call someone out just to know what it felt like. I'm begging you, just a little bit more momentum. The run's good, but the Kanye gold chain, it just needs a little bit more... Oh, the poison mushrooms. So dangerous. Oh, God, I don't even know where I am anymore. This is a disorienting run. Thank you. Either way, the existence of the relic is, like, hugely valuable for us on this run in terms of just getting our own survival. So Counterfeit Penny's been great, or at least good. We'll go check out what we got going on down here. Bear Hug. Love from the bear. God. Just wish I knew what that meant in any way, shape, or form. I never know what the trinkets mean, you know, at the best of times. When they're custom trinkets, I'm just totally screwed. At least we found the secret room, so we could get a wonderful item by the name of Isaac's Heart, which is... Dude, it's so good. What if I told you there was an item in the game? It made you immune to taking damage from curse rooms. What if I told you it made you immune to taking damage from blood banks? What if I told you that it was a piece of garbage that... people try to get me to use because they're being, you know, latrollface.meme. Latrollface. Okay, I feel it. This item room is going to put us over the top. This is going to be my beautiful dark twisted fantasy. It's not, but it's not that bad, actually. How to jump is pretty decent. Like, grab that. Please tell me I can escape this. Yeah, grab that. Throw a bomb down here. You know we're gonna want to grab that, but have no recourse to do so. Maybe this is a run where we can finally experience the joy of how to jump as well. Must be like a range-based for loop. No, it must be a range-based effect on the electrical shots. Like, you might be saying, you moron, it's just Jacob's Ladder. I think Jacob's Ladder has shown up like 10 times for me in the entire human existence, okay? So I'm sorry, I'm not 100% familiar. I've done 230 fucking thousand runs of this game. I haven't seen Jacob's Ladder more than a quarter of the... Not a quarter of the time, but like, you know, a quarter of the blink of an eye when it comes to human existence. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. The run's got me so mind-flooded. So we're learning a little bit about ourselves. We're learning a little bit about the environment in which we live in, and we're learning a little bit about an old friend here. It's a close call. Just keep yourself at bay. Okay. Boy, I wish I had any idea where I was going. At least the shop was good. I mean, we might not get any value out of 9-volt now, but... You know, my loneliness is killing me, and I must confess, I still believe... Oh, we shouldn't be there. Still believe. When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. What is Britney Spears talking about there? I see people, well, back in the day, people were, you know, deliberately misconstruing it, thinking it was a song about, like, domestic abuse or something like that. I'm taking Locust of Pestilence. I don't think that's the case. I think, that in that song, Britney Spears is saying, you know, she's lonely. She must confess she still believes that when I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Hit me, baby, one more time. So maybe she's, like, in a relationship. It's not necessarily a healthy relationship, but she's using hit in, like, a blackjack sort of style. I don't think it's in, like, a physically strike me. I think she's saying, you know, hey, I'm on 18. It would be dangerous to hit, but you know what? I'm trying to get 21 and make sure I beat the dealer here. But then in the next song, she does say, sometimes I run. Sometimes I hide, sometimes I'm scared of you. So, I'm not trying to make light of what, you know, potentially could be a serious issue. I'm just saying that, I don't know, maybe those pet theories have a little bit more credence than I'd originally thought. What's track 3 from, or the third single that Britney Spears made it big with? That's, You Drive Me Crazy, I Just Can't See. Jeez, this is painting a dark picture now. I'm so excited, I'm in too deep. Well, that doesn't really fit with my theory, so let's just push that to the wayside. Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna get hit. Okay, I'm gonna take Tammy's head, and I can't escape here. I can't take Tammy's head. I blew up my only exit, dude. Look, I don't play Isaac well, okay? I'm mostly in this business to analyze songs from, you know, the late 1990s and early 2000s. Why? I mean, I need to know this, okay? This is, parents, take your kids out of the room. I'm not gonna, like, you know, murder somebody on screen, but there's gonna be a little bit of language in this next section. Why is every pop song about fucking? Every song is about fucking in one way or the other. I'm just over it, dude. Like, I'm not... Some songs are about fucking and something else. Like Bruce Springsteen's magnum opus, Born to Run. It's about fucking and also getting out of a small town in New Jersey. My two favorite things to do in New Jersey. Thanks for the punchline, Ruka. We got Curse of the Lost again. I've never been to New Jersey. It might be a wonderful place. I'm parroting what I've heard from other comedians. A bit weighty, but you get the idea. And not every song is about fucking. But like every single is about fucking. And it's just too much. Hit Me Baby One More Time. Sometimes, you know, I'm a genie in a bottle. Waiting for Tonight. Will 2K. The Star Spangled Banner. Gregorian chants from the 13th century. They're all about fluid transfer and sexual intercourse. Why don't we even, like, you know, Where the Streets Have No Name by U2. The working title for that was Where the Sheets Have No Stains. Where the sheets have no stains. Where the sheets have no stains. I don't know how... I'm very impressed with myself. And, like, that's embarrassing, but for the fact that Where the Sheets Have No Stains came off the top of the dome piece. But I can't finish the song, because then after that he goes like, we gotta, over me, and something like, put your legs over me. Something like that. Where the sheets have no stains. Followed by, of course, with or without splooge. I can't live with or without splooge. Actually, the sequel to Where the Sheets Have No Stains is probably Sunday Bloody Sunday. That's gross, which is why I did it in a different voice, so implicitly you'll think that maybe somebody else said it, even though it was me. Oh, dude. I'd say probably like once a week, which is not that often considering how much I, you know, blab into this fucking microphone. But once a week, I leave an episode going. That was a good joke. And that's mine for this week. I'm happy with that. It's way better than Sack of Sax, at least. I still get tweets, though. People say, you know, don't let the people get you down. Sack of Sax was a good song. You know what? It wasn't, but I respect that you respect that. Now, the thing is, I'm not saying U2 is not a, like, immensely popular band, one of the most popular bands in the world. But what I don't get is, like, U2 is so popular, nobody admits to liking them except me. Is that really, like, is it all South Park? I'm not trying to insult South Park, I like the show, but has South Park really done that much damage to Bono's reputation? No, he did that himself, very clever. Okay, but seriously, like, in 2004, people were into Vertigo. And that's, like, not a good U2 song. People were like, or 2005, whatever. People were excited about Vertigo. They were listening to it, you know, they were loving it. In 2000, people were into Elevation. 2001, maybe, you know? From the Tomb Raider soundtrack. Somewhere down the line, U2 got snake bitten, and I feel like it was South Park. South Park did him in. But if you don't like the Joshua Tree, you can just fudge right off, buddy. That album is classic. Where the Sheets Have No Stains, With or Without You. There's more songs. Oh, it's got oh, what else is on the Joshua? Like, you're gonna be like, please don't pause the episode to look up the track list for the Joshua Tree. I'm gonna do it. You can't stop me. Here we go. Joshua Tree album. Oh yeah. I still haven't found what I'm looking for. That's a classic. What else you got on there? Oh, Bullet the Blue Sky. Nothing wrong with that. It's a classic album. Have we been to this room? I don't know, dude. We've had so many curses of the lost that, like, I am cursed and lost inside my own fucking noggin right now. Like, I don't want to be the U2 apologist, okay? But I don't understand. Like, to me, U2 has, like, the same track record as, like, the Rolling Stones. And I mean that in a good way. They got, like, a few classic albums. One that's probably a genuine masterpiece. The Joshua Tree and Exile on Main Street, respectively. And then they got a few, like, great radio singles. But for some reason, U2 is like, well, they take themselves too seriously. And the Rolling Stones is like, he's just an old dude who likes to have fun, you know? You gotta judge the art, not the artist, man. You ever heard Pride in the Name of Love? It's a wonderful song. Have you ever heard the rendition that dude from Bank of America did of U2's One? Look it up. It's worth it, I promise. It's an 8 out of 10 NL reference. They were merging, like, you know, two different banks and combining their debit and credit card functionality. It's one bank, one card, user convenience. It's not that hard. Anyway, you get the idea. That's what happens if anybody were to give... Is that even the English language? That's what would happen if anybody gave me money for these stupid jingles. Like, were you guys around for CIBC? I'll even Americanize it a little bit. It's Sweet Child of Mine to the tune of blank, 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 and then a letter that rhymes with C. So it's like, they've got rates and they seem to me the best ROI on GICs, and every day I'm greeted with a smile. Now and then when I see their rates, I realize this bank's really great, and if I stay here long, I'll financially be free. This has gone on far too long, but here's the hook. Whoa, HSBC. Or you could be like, whoa, also TD, which is another bank that is in Canada but also has American branches. Anyway, you might say, NL, that's amazing. How do you remember that song? You came up with it in an Isaac episode like 2 years ago. Well, you act like every time I get in the shower, I don't, like, sing it to myself. I wish that was a joke. Dude, when did this run go from amazing to horrible? Like, we're missing a key element here on the to-do list. It's keeping us from greatness, if I'm being honest here. I apologize for the singing, by the way. I don't have a great singing voice, but I like to think I make up for it. I'm like the Bernie Taupin. I'm just looking for my Elton John. Rain Sticks. That's a Roberto reference. Okay, let's get the fuck down out of here, dude. Oh my god, I can see the map. What a world. Let's do this. The run's not bad, necessarily. We can't take that unless we get invincibility. Or immunity to explosions, rather. But the The run's not, it's not horrible at least, but we're certainly like, we're lacking in the DPS department, which is surprising to me considering we have the Mark and the Pact, unless like we don't actually have the Mark and the Pact. They just had the sprites of the Mark and the Pact, which would make sense given that, you know, it's a mod. Oh God, we didn't get hit. You can't take where the sheets have no stains away from me. I'm sorry, you just can't do it. Everything else, sure. Where the sheets have no stains is innocent. Leave that out of this. Don't go down accidentally. Okay, so here's how we make our pivot here to win this run. You grab that, it's a holy card. Don't need it, you joker card out. Oh, it's Sin Robes and Sack Dagger. So you grab Sack Dagger, and then Sin Robes pays for itself with the dank hood. Then you can take holy card. So we want permanent Polaroid invincibility, because permanent Polaroid invincibility gives us the ability to use Midas Touch after we've been hit. Yeah, that's what I meant to do. So I'm hopeful, like, between our flies and Sack Dagger, like, there's a chance that... I don't really want to take that. Between our flies and Sack Dagger, there's, like, a chance that we could not really have to shoot that often while our tier stat is somewhat suboptimal. I'd really like to get, you know, the Outbreak or Toxic Shock Syndrome or something like that, but it might not happen, so throw that down there. Just blow this guy up. Why do that? You got a good point. We don't really need to amp up our deal with the Devil Chance now that I think about it, but in the moment it seemed to make sense to me. Anyway, I'm just saying, it's not like U2 needs the help. They're probably doing fine, but at the same time, you know, I think they get a bad rap, man. I think there's been like a character assassination there to some extent. You know, Bono, maybe he's full of himself, but he's done. We have weird values as a society, and I'm not saying I'm innocent. What is this? We had this before. Twitch Award. Is it PhD? Hello, Ruka. Is it PhD? I don't know. What I mean by that is not to be preachy, but like, people are like, Bono's an asshole, and you're like, why? Well, he's pretentious. Yeah, but he did also, like, donate, like, millions and millions of dollars to AIDS research? Yeah, but he's rich. Yeah, but, like, a lot of people are, and they don't all, like, donate a lot of their time and money into fighting, like, a terrible disease epidemic. Like, Bono's reputation is probably, like, on the same level as Iggy Azalea's. And that is... I mean, look, I love Fancy as much as the next guy. But at the same time, like, if I was Bono, I would be like, why? I don't understand. I get it, you know? He's a little bit up his own butt sometimes. But so am I, so maybe that's why I can relate. But he's done some great things. And beyond that, I'm not saying you should like his music because he's a good person. Because I quite believe in the opposite. Like, you should separate the art from the artist. Like, John Lennon, mostly a douche, especially in his early life. Great singer-songwriter, you know? I'm not in the business of necessarily boycotting people, boycotting products unless the people are, like, truly heinously shitty. But anyway, all I'm trying to say is give Bono a break, alright? He's earned it. He's working hard. I mean, we should try it, right? We got a holy card. Chat spam. Loki's horns. I have no idea what that gave us because I had to move so quickly there, but sure. Why not? Oh, we got, I know what Loki's horns does. Chat spam is apparently rubber cement. Fair enough. Oh, we got combos. We got synergies. We got that ambition, baby. Look in his eyes. This week he's mopping floors. Next week it's the fries. The Hanged Men. Hey, it's a little indie impressions man over there. I'm gonna blow you up. And I'm gonna blow you up. Yes, I am. I don't really care about the money, because I think that this run, you know, we've gone through enough to not really be super invested in the Hush fight. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, you know, no big deal. Money equals power would be a great pickup. Spirit Hearts are dropping Fast and the Furious. Like, we pretty much... they're not dropping Fast and Furious. They're dropping the Fast and the Furious. Apparently that's where that's going to go from this point. By the way, feel free to tell me that I'm a butthead, and maybe I'm missing something. Maybe Bono, like, you know, stole the crown jewels or something like that. I just happened to miss the news article that day, and that's why people hate him. You always, you know, when you take a stand, even facetiously on something, even as like a Z-list public figure, you're just hoping like I made a joke the other day. Kate and I were at the movie theater, and there was this Morgan Freeman movie coming out. It's called like, you know, Not Dead Yet or something like that, or Go Out with the Bang, you know? And I was like, I made a tweet that was like, how many movies is Morgan Freeman gonna be in that are about him almost being dead before we start to believe that he's immortal? And I was like, haha, I'm a funny guy, right? But then about 60% of the way into Logan, which I like greatly recommend, I started to think to myself, holy fuck, if Morgan Freeman actually dies during the runtime of this movie, I'm gonna look like a total dick, and I'm not gonna know it till I get out. I think people would largely have, they'd have, not sympathy, but they would have some understanding at least. They'd be like, ooh, really bad timing on that joke, you know? Didn't you see? Morgan Freeman had a stroke literally like at the second that you made that comment. And it would come across as a little insensitive. But, you know, there are people out there that would be like, check out this guy! What a dick! Well, you should be ashamed of yourself, mister. So, you know, you gotta hope that you don't find yourself in that situation. But maybe I'm paranoid, you know? Universe works in mysterious ways. I'm not sure if you can hear this cat going apeshit out here. He's in for a rough day because it's 3:51 p.m. Typically, feline dinner time is at 6 p.m., Ruka. It's getting a little silly. I can't oblige you on this early dinner time. Please, sir, can I get a cash advance? I'm sorry, you gotta deal with the hunger in the interest of weight loss. This cat has lost 300 grams. He's not morbidly overweight. He's just like, he's a little cat overweight. And to be honest with you, in the end, he's a cat, so it doesn't matter that much. You know, but we want him to have a long and healthy life as long as possible, which means we're gonna, you know, try to keep his feline weight a little manageable here, right? But in the past month, he's lost like 300 grams. That's actually, I've seen people, you know, I mentioned that in Twitch chat. They go, oh, 300 grams, big deal. It's more than I lost in the past month. I mean, it's not like I've really been trying. Hoping, maybe, but not necessarily trying. 300 grams, dude, that's like almost 1 pound. That's like 10% of this cat's body weight or something like that. That's amazing. I'm really impressed. But he is relentless when it comes to ask him for food. Just, it never stops. But I mean, if you're a cat, you got no other priorities, really, right? You know, have I eaten? Have I had water? Have I pooped? We're all good then. You know, apart from that, it's just time to sleep. He's like, this is cutting into my 19 hours a night of sleep. We almost could make it to Hush. No. One room stands in the way. Yeah, we're gonna be like, maybe literally like 11 seconds shy of making the Hush fight. Oh well. I mean, to be honest with you, I probably wasn't gonna do the Hush fight anyway, but I could have if I just gotten better slightly faster. How's the run been, though? What is Bomb Bag? The dungeon guide. I do not know. Oh, it's like a really good rate of fire increase briefly? I do not know. I could get Bookworm, but I'm more concerned about just our actual chances of survival. This run has been good. And again, a good spotlight for this mod. I think at this point you understand, you know, what you're getting into here with the NLSS mod. So I do encourage you to check it out. Like, if you're a super fan, go give it a shot. Oh, we lived. Or didn't even get hit, I should say. Go give it a shot. It's a lot of fun, especially if if you catch all these references. And I'm not saying I even catch all the references, but if you're able to catch all the references, then cash me outside. How about that? NL, please. Dead meme. Dead meme. Look, all I'm saying is Bono, dude. Give him some respect. He's earned it. Probably. Unless he's done something terrible, in which case, fuck that dude. D3's blessing, that's gotta be Eden's blessing. YouTube money was... It gave us 15 cents? Unless my math is wrong, which is plausible. And then we got the quarter. What item gives us 15 cents? Maybe it's a new item. I don't know how many new items there are in the game. Anyway, we're gonna finish this round. It looks like we're gonna finish with a win. I already know what mod I'm gonna do next. It's gonna be a surprise for you, but it's also gonna be one of the mods that is like the biggest quality of life improvements in Isaac. It's not so much gonna be like, hey, check out this zany new character. It's gonna be like, check out this actual genius who came up with an elegant idea that makes this game better. So it's like, I'm warning you a little bit in advance. And it's not like, hey, you know, you shoot lightning bolts out of your dick. You know, it's not that kind of run. Instead, it's more like, you know, this is something that should be in the actual game. And I think that is deserving of a spotlight for sure. Anyway, you'll see that tomorrow or, you know, in a couple of days. These are going up pretty close to when we're leaving for PAX, so it's possible there might be like a day or so gap. You know, it happens. Got a lot of series on the go right now. A lot of Bono references to do. It's all in a day's work. Give us Bum Friend, dude. We're 1 away from the Super Bum transformation. We have 3 luck. It's not inconceivable. I don't know what we're going to do with perks. Hold it, I suppose. That's Yum Heart? It's always freaking Yum Heart. 2 of spades. Okay, nothing necessarily wrong with it. And of course, I do want to say as well, I have gotten some tweets that say, like, I don't know if you take requests, but here's a mod that I made. You know, you can check it out if you want. Keep tweeting me those. Honestly, like, I can't, it's just not plausible to play them all. But I do peer in and take a look at the suggestions from time to time to get ideas. I also look at, like, you know, because I'm late to the party. The game's been out for, like, almost 2 months now. So I do go to the Steam Workshop and go like, okay, what's like the most downloaded? What's the highest rated? Like, I should go check these out because I might not be like giving them press that they need, but at the same time, you know, if it makes for an entertaining run, even better, right? That's generally my the important thing here. I do wish that like I'm of 2 minds about this, so I'm interested to see how people feel about it. But like, I get that you want to preserve achievements in Isaac. You know, if you get 1001%, there are people out there that are probably like, I don't want anybody to artificially get it. I don't really care, but that doesn't mean that it's not something that people do care about, at least some people. So I get that, but at the same time, I am like, I wish you could like streak on mods. Or maybe you could add a mod that allows you to streak on mods. Because like, it does take away a little bit of the like the weightiness to each episode when you're just like, win, lose, or draw, it doesn't really matter, we're just showing off and having fun. And I like it. No, thank you. But at the same time, I wish that, like, maybe in 6 months, they're just like, if you want to mod your way to 1001%, who cares? Anyway, you may disagree. It's not like you're going to put it on your resume, I got 1001% in the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Or maybe you will, I don't know what the job market's like these days, let's be honest. For now, thanks for watching. Go check out the NLSS mod. It'll be linked in the video description below. Free, of course, on the Steam Workshop. Thank you to the mod creator for this loving tribute. I really appreciate it. We play it on the show from time to time, so you can see it there or in the VODs. For now, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.